Would that go on online links, Aaron, to put a
Yeah,
link?
yeah, I could add it there. Easy to do.
Okay.
All right, this is the May 19th Select Board Workshop on 4:30 on Monday. We have two members from the Land Share Riders here. We're going to continue our discussion about access routes and other trail things. We got the map, someone dropped the map off.
That makes sense to you?
Well, it makes sense. I have a couple of questions. Okay. Let's see here. First of all, why is there a gap there?
Okay, hold on, let me just. see
That's
what's
Hasty
on.
Road.
Yeah, parking lot. All right, let me just see what's going on here, why I did that. Okay, so our trail, the trail, that B road's gonna pop out. And so the reason the gap is there is because right here we go into the woods. And then we come back out and we use this little piece of Hasty Trail.
Okay.
And then we jump back on and there's a trail that runs down the side of it to get to this trail.
Okay.
So other than this section here, we only use that little piece. And then as far as the rest of the stuff, New Road and Heathbrook, we were going this way before, and now we're just looking to go this way to hook into Route.
Okay, you were going this way before.
Yeah,
Which
so
way?
we lost this trail here where it goes to Molten Hill Road. There's a
Yeah.
new owner there, and he was like way concerned about maintenance on the property, because it wasn't a good spot, so.
Mhm.
So that's fine, and so anyways, we would go up the Mill Road and then take a left right off of here somewhere to bring us over there.
Okay, okay.
That's the purpose of upgrading, looking for another route.
Okay. And, you talk about the B trail, is this,
Yes, that's the new beat, that's the beat trail right there.
Okay.
That's the, like I said, it used to go at this intersection, it would go straight and pop out on there somewhere. So this is the reroute, basically from where it hits the pavement
mhm,
to where it meets the Woodwood Road.
okay,
And I kinda assume the town probably owned up to where the second house was on the left, so that's kinda what the mark.
well, the town owns the road all the way through, I believe.
Yeah, 'cause on the town lot map,
Yeah,
the plantation does come to the end of that gentleman's property at the end.
oh, yeah, I'm sure it does.
Okay.
Yeah, it may not show there, but, yeah, well, yeah,
We're just saying that it's still considered a town road even though it's not.
right.
Yeah.
And we're getting ready to dump like $15,000 into that,
Mhm.
if it works out.
So if there's ever a fire up there, it's gonna be easier for the fire department to get up there.
Mhm.
Plus, it's kind of beat, we don't want erosion factors.
Mhm.
That's the whole purpose of trying to fix it up.
Okay, now, let's see. I always get this confused. I think this is State Road. Merrill Hill, that small portion of Middle and Molten Hill. So I believe that that's State Road.
Really? Merrill Hill Road? And it dumps on the middle.
There's no,
What's
is there any
that?
route signs on it or anything from the state? I don't know.
Well, there's none on Maplewood, and that's definitely a state road.
Right.
Yeah. What, 160?
No,
No?
Maplewood's the
Maplewood.
one that goes down to Newfield.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure it is because, yeah. So I don't know what you have to do about that.
Oh, we just contact the state and run through some paperwork, and they come to up and decide how we should sign it.
All right, so, I don't know if you guys want to look at this. But, this gap is because there's they've got a trail. You got it? Okay, there's a trail that they take that comes off of here and loops around. He didn't show all their trails. Okay, but they don't go on that small section of Hasty Road.
You try to keep the trails out in the woods as best you can.
Yep.
Yep. And then they used to come New Road to Molten Hill and make a left and then a right in through here somewhere. But there's a new property owner that's concerned and won't let them go through there. So that's why they're looking at going across here and then down Woodard.
Yeah, 'cause we lost that about 2 years ago, that the old beat trail.
Yep.
And it's a shame because the prior owner was happy. We sank $3,500
Yeah, we put a lot of money
into a
into
new bridge and then they closed it on us.
Yep. All right.
I guess the question still remains, use of a town road, was that legally agreed upon, written agreed upon?
The only thing
Verbally?
I have is a piece of paper that showed me where New Road and Keith Brook Road was approved to use. And if I read the verbiage right, it does explain the route taking a left going down Molten Hill to pick up the trailhead. But other than that, I don't have any document.
That's something that the town created for you, or?
Yeah, I think I got it. Oh, you know what? I think I might have got it from the, I was thinking I got it from you. My wife might have got it from the ATV department in Maine.
Okay.
I think that's where that actually did come from. For some reason I was thinking,
You got a copy at home?
yeah. Yep.
We'll drop off a copy of that.
Yeah, that's the only
The state gave
thing she
permission
could
for a
find
town
now.
road?
No, it's probably
Oh.
filed with the
Oh,
state.
okay.
Yeah, because we have to write down all the landowners and what we're using,
Yep.
and then we send that off.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I do have the stuff. Shoot, I was in a big rush today because I had the CAT scan and blood work, and so I didn't bring everything.
Okay. Yeah, if we
But
could
yeah,
see
I
what,
can shoot you, I'll just send a text across the email and send you a
Okay.
copy of it. I can do that when I
Yeah.
get home.
okay. And then the other question we had, well, let me say first of all, I got an email from Jim Tooley, who's on
Yes.
Hasty Road.
Yeah, I
Yep,
talked to him a
yep,
couple
and
times.
very much supportive of you guys and the work you've done, keeping the dust down in particular. Motorcycles, was that you?
No, yes,
Yeah.
because talking to one of the residents there, it
Yeah.
was the dirt bikes that are just
And
outrageous.
you know what, they're all local kids, and they go by my house, and normally I go out there and say, hey, slow down. And a lot of them will do it,
Yeah,
but I can't go out there
No,
at this
you
point.
can't police
and-
it,
and so when I also talked to Edwin, he was just before Jim,
yeah,
I can't remember his last name, so he's a customer of mine. And he told me he didn't have issues. He says, but Tom, there's a lot of things going on down here, more than you realize. And I go, well, if nobody tells me there's issue, there's nothing I can do. And so I threw some ideas out that we had, and he said, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I was gonna stop and talk to Mark, I don't know his last name, I stopped in there twice, he wasn't home, so I still need to touch base with him about the situation, and I haven't talked to Deb.
okay.
I was gonna see if I could talk to her and Gary at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And, because I really think that moving forward, we can fix this problem. Like I said, aggressive signage. We had a club member that volunteered to buy cameras, the whole setup, to keep an eye on it. I talked to Warden's Department, and they said that if they needed our help, they would set up something called a targeted enforcement, where a couple of game wardens would basically spend all weekend on that site, and anybody that does anything wrong, they're gonna put a ticket to them.
Mm-hmm.
What about the use of the road as a means to get to the trailhead that's not.
Yeah, because I have no proof of anything, how that came
Yeah.
about. I just assumed that it would have been legally handled when the whole plantation thing was being hashed out.
Well,
But who knows?
you used to have the trail, if I'm remembering right, and I apologize if you had something that went up Mary Brown Road, right?
Yes.
And you could go from Hasty Road over to Mary Brown Road.
Yes, right, I live right across the street. So,
Okay.
yeah, you used to be able to go up that hill,
Yeah,
and then Mike,
yeah, I know.
Taylor, he kinda had a shit fit.
Yeah,
And then finally it turned into something to do with the plantation property. I don't know if there was another landowner in there, because that was before I was in the
Yeah.
club.
Okay,
And so it was the plantation that didn't let anybody through at the
Okay.
final deal.
the issue is that an access road is okay going from one trailhead to another trailhead,
Right.
but it's not appropriate to go to a trail from a public road.
Where'd you
That-
hear that from?
Maine state statute.
Really? Because I
Yeah.
talked to the ATV people and they said, yeah, it's access for local people to get their wheelers in.
Yeah, well, all right,
So
we'll
I
have,
don't know, I'm just
Yeah,
telling you what I
yeah.
heard.
Yeah.
yeah, well, I'm just telling you what we read, so
Right, yeah.
we'll have to check on that.
Well, I think the Hasty Road one used to go for services too, right? Because there used to be a gas station over there.
That's right, yeah,
Yes,
Yeah,
it
so you
was.
can go, you can use that, you
right.
can do that if it's going to services, but because it's not anymore.
Well, there's a lot of trail accesses that don't go anywhere in the state.
Yep.
It's just so people don't have to load this, it's for the locals, if it's not for a specific service.
Mhm.
Yeah, the other day, I was at Tom's house, well, actually Sunday, for Kim's birthday party, and a street and trail bike went by. And it had New Hampshire plates.
Yeah, New Hampshire plates.
Yeah, I think you're
You
getting
know,
more
so-
than local people on that.
That
road.
kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
stuff. That
Just
kind-
I know
we
the
have
hot
no
rod
control.
kids that kinda do it every year, as soon as it's open, they head out.
Yeah, because even if it's close to ATVs, they can legally ride that road,
Mhm.
because it's made for the roads.
Yeah,
You know, that kind of stuff.
I would say there's about 30 locals that access that point on their ATVs.
Yeah.
I would guess they're around there somewhere.
so they're coming from quite a radius then,
I think most of them go by my house.
yeah.
And I'm sure some might be coming down from 153, you know, little offshoots there, because I know
Mhm.
people right down in there have quite a few ATVs or side-by-sides.
Mhm.
I'm fortunate, I don't have to go 153. I can go by the golf course and up mountain.
Okay, yeah,
So, yeah, I mean, I just don't think that closing that off is going to fix the landowner's concern, because you're still gonna have people misbehaving. You're still gonna have people on legal dirt bikes going through there, and I know, I wasn't around this area when the plantation got resettled or uncalled, but there's kind of a lot of animosity out there about not having access to more of the plantation. And I've had a few people tell me, well, I don't care if the trail's closed, we're still going out there.
Mhm.
Okay, that's a good attitude.
yeah,
So you're always gonna have that stupidity out there, unfortunately. So I just don't think it's gonna fix the problem, is my bottom line. I'm
Mhm.
kinda asking for a chance to handle this.
yeah. Okay, well,
So
we need
see
to
if
do
we can make it work. If we can't, we can't, right?
we need to do a couple of things.
Yeah.
We need to take it a little further and find out from legal counsel whether it's legal, first of all.
Yes, that's a good
Okay.
idea.
All right? Second of all, we need to come to some agreement about the rest of this. Personally, I certainly have no problem with Heathbrook and New Road, and if you can get state approval for that portion of Middle Road,
Yep.
I have no problem with your going down Woodard Road then, until you're, well,
Right now, we're using Middle Road till we get the contract.
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I'm not sure how everybody else feels, but we need to talk about that a little more, we can do that on Thursday at our,
Is there anything else you
Workshop.
need us to do?
Need to get some sort of state approval for Middle Road.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm not sure.
And I'll get a hold of my ETV rep and see if there is some sort of actual verbiage
Yeah,
that
yeah.
talks about what
There's something.
accesses are for.
Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, we were looking right at state statute.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, plus they'll lose the dust control, which we just bought a new part for our calcium chloride spreader, which I'm sure that helps a lot.
Mm-hmm,
And, you know, we do go through there and pick up all the garbage,
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
or the
'cause-
who throws out, I mean, you know, whatever.
yeah, 'cause the parts come in Wednesday, I'm going to pick, it was donated to the club broken, but it was $199 to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
And
So-
we've been renting them, but no, we don't have
The part's gonna be in Wednesday, so we'll be able to, instead of doing it by hand.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there an ATV club in Effingham or that region?
to.
No. I didn't know if there was any sort of a trail system that may be connecting there that,
Not that I know
okay.
Yeah, that might be worth checking, because then if
Right.
this access road on Hasty
of. Yeah,
got you to their trailhead in a reasonable distance, then it might
Right.
be easier for us to
Right.
say, okay.
That's where I was headed.
Yeah, sorry, I
No,
didn't
you're good.
I knew you were, I
Once
apologize.
the trail ball comes down, he lives in Effingham. Is
Well,
that-
he comes across one of the town roads there.
Yeah, he crosses down, and then he.
Yeah, he has a plate, he has a license
Right,
plate.
right, but he picks up that dirt road, is that a snowmobile trail?
No, I think it's just town road, get on Hasty Road a ways. Let me think about this, before you hit the parking lot, there's a left that shoots out,
Mm-hmm,
and then it pops on a Colcord Road maybe?
I don't know
Looks
where
like a
it comes
snow
out.
road
Yeah,
or
I think
something
in the-
over there.
Yeah,
So, yeah, so he comes off through there.
Okay. I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
Now, what does the snowmobile club use?
They use our trail all the way up
Don't know.
through.
Yeah, because I know they use portion of our trails.
mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering if there's something with them that might connect us.
Now,
You know?
they follow the same trails all the way to, Eastman's, and then it splits.
Yeah, because
well,
during the winter, they must use it. Hasty Road.
So, I'm looking
get
down,
those,
you know,
yeah.
moving forward, I don't have the opportunity yet. I do know there's some access out there to get away from that section of Hasty Road, but I won't be able to talk about that until I meet the new owners of the plantation, and I
Mhm.
kinda get a relationship with those folks.
Yeah, I'm not
So,
as concerned about Hasty Road after the parking area. I'm concerned about Hasty Road before the parking.
right, well, that's what I'm
That's what
thinking.
he's
talking-
I
Oh, that's
think
what you're
there's
talking
a
about?
trail that we can get through there. At least I'm being told by Alan Taylor that there's a way around it, but you're gonna
Mhm.
have to get permission from plantation folks.
Mhm.
Yeah, then you get a lot of work to do to make the trail. They wouldn't have
Right,
it
make
this
the
year.
trail,
Yeah.
make a parking
Yeah.
area, yeah,
So.
yeah. Okay, so,
Other than that,
Now, can we have, we might be able to get Brett to show up. He's from the state at one of these meetings.
I don't think we need,
Okay.
Nah, I think we can work it out.
yeah, no,
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
think we need.
Well, no, he has a lot more.
Yeah, he just knows the rules.
He knows a lot better than we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. But, all right, we will get some more information,
Okay,
and I'll send you the
Likewise.
paperwork,
Yeah.
and give us a shout when you wanna see us again.
all right,
That'll
very
work.
good. Appreciate you
work.
coming in.
All right.
No, no problem, you know.
So right now, things are
Glad
as
we're,
they are
you know, I'm
until,
glad we're figuring
Yeah,
out,
I
so
guess
we're
that's
all on the
still in
same
place,
page.
yeah.
I had no idea all that stuff was never even dealt with.
I would like to see a warden there once a month.
Yeah, they might come through, but
It would be nice.
It would
I'm
be a
training
good
my
idea.
grandson to be a game.
There you go. Do you have a contact?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Dave McCabe and a few other ones.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I went to high school, grew up with one that grew up, yeah, so,
Yeah, we're pushing my grandson, he's 11, but he's ready to know it.
Yeah,
yeah,
they help us out with, the cleanup,
yeah.
the notification. Matter of fact, I just took some pictures, somebody's illegally dumping.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
yep.
Yeah, we
Oh yeah,
can,
that's
on
the
the, on
law
the A
enforcement for
trail.
you guys that's them, so.
we do a huge cleanup every year in the plantation.
But you know what's
because
stupid?
Most of our trails are.
It's all aluminum.
And you know, it's kinda like.
Really?
It's
Yeah,
all aluminum.
Yeah.
Somebody make some money.
yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good about
I should've brought my phone,
cleanup
I
and
could
stuff
show you
like that. They
pictures.
know how good you guys are for.
They are
that.
now, because I'm the one that started them, like, why aren't we doing more for these people?
Yeah,
You know, there was like animosity there or something when I came in, I'm like, it's their property.
yeah.
What do you mean animosity? We do what they say we can do and work with them, and
Yep.
sure enough, they like me, they let motorcycles back out there. It's like, just handle people with respect and get along for other people.
That's it. One hand,
You
one
know
foot,
who's
the
gonna
other.
work with us? You're not gonna believe it. You know Derek Thibodeau?
Mm-hmm,
Everybody knows Derek.
mm-hmm.
Good guy. They're gonna help us open up another trail on their property. So, that'd be
Yeah.
nice.
That's right,
Might
he
be
still
carried
owns a
this
big
place.
chunk, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the son and the daughter's coming up, and their mother,
yeah. Yeah.
Joe's ex. But they're coming up because the old lady died, his wife,
Yeah,
you
Yeah, I was
know,
talking to,
she passed.
yeah.
I see where in New Hampshire you can get like a ride with day for fishing game.
The big house is
Oh,
empty
really?
right
So I
now,
called up
so they're
to,
gonna come stay in it.
Yeah,
warden's office, and they said, no, we don't do that, but Tommy says, just let me know when you and your grandson wanna do a ride day,
Yeah,
and drive over and you can go with one of us.
Yeah, you guys
I
wanna
said,
go
Yeah.
see the trails or stuff,
Yeah, that'd be
let
fun.
us know.
Wicked.
yeah.
Thanks for a ride.
all right.
We'll go slow.
Hey, take this phone in my face.
You're awful bossy.
I don't need more.
You got your phone?
Got your hats?
Or are you gonna come back next week?
Yeah.
Where's your phone?
I got it, I'm good.
That's
I'm
it.
good. All right, thank you,
All right, yeah,
folks.
Okay.
Thank you.
Enjoy the
Like
great
kid.
what's left of the day.
Don't go there.
Come on, Gramps.
All right, yeah.
All right, have a good night.
A couple
you
months
too.
I'll be out running you.
Can we talk about the website again, Aaron?
Yep.
You said they might not have access to it, meaning Civic Plus. Are these things that ultimately we will have access to?
Well, so they don't let us control some of the design stuff, so I don't know if that's, I gotta look and see if that's a piece that I
I
can
see.
control.
Okay, I thought we had full control over it.
Now, there's some design, the
Yeah.
design drafting piece is like, there's like core stuff that we can and can't change.
Yeah, yeah,
But
okay,
we can change like things like that are content that we probably could have changed when we were setting it up. We just,
right.
it was so,
Just didn't notice.
yeah, it was so in the
There's
back,
so
you know,
much
the
going
back of the
on.
mind
Yeah,
that, yeah.
yeah, okay.
But
Okay,
yeah,
that
I'll,
makes sense.
I was gonna check the dashboard to see if that was something that I had,
Okay,
because there are so many like little things that. Yeah, background images was the one I was thinking of. No, that's just the true background. Yeah, but I'll ask her, and they're usually pretty good. I mean, she's a lot more responsive now that the hard work is done.
right.
I see you both were able to upload, or whoever was able to upload the minutes and the agenda.
Yay.
Took a couple of tries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
Yes, yeah. Now that I've been through it once, it's a little easier.
It was
Yeah.
all
Sure, it
those
will be.
clicks on this and clicks on that and.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Yeah, Desiree got me the planning board agenda, so I got that posted on there.
Oh, good. I was wondering if she did or you did, and I figured
Yeah.
you did.
Oh,
because,
yeah. Yeah, she
yeah.
emailed me and
Yeah.
got it over. Yeah, I put the district referendum vote announcement on there.
Saw that.
And so that'll automatically go away midnight tomorrow night.
Cool, very
Good.
cool. Yep. I wish that there was somewhere that the Youthful Maine logo or something could be more, visible, I guess. Let's see what happens when I don't know how many people.
We're real close to executive session, Debbie, so you might want to
Yeah.
think about packing up.
Yep.
Grab your umbrella if you have it.
I can't keep up with the weeds. Just, and the grass. Just-
Yeah, we broke our no mow May pledge
Yeah, I did,
a couple
for
of days
sure.
ago.
Yep,
Yeah.
had to.
I mean, we're gonna leave before the end of May, and then we're gone for 2 weeks. so
Oh,
Not gonna leave it.
Yeah.
you don't have Randy to come over and mow for you?
We've got a neighbor who's
Yeah.
gonna fill the bird feeders and water plants. She would probably mow, but don't wanna ask. I think Leslie may have shown her where the lawnmower is.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, folks, as noted on the agenda for tonight, we are going into an executive session with our lawyer. Actually, why don't we make it,
Pursuant to,
yeah,
yeah.
you have that right there, Jen?
Nope.
Okay, that's fine,
Okay.
should be here. All right. Pursuant to consultation with our attorney, 1 MRSA 8405.6E. So we're gonna end the workshop video. We'll be back at 6 o'clock for our regular meeting. We'll see you tomorrow, maybe, Debbie. See you whenever I'm back
Maybe.
in.
See you Thursday.
See ya.
You want the store closed, right?
Yes.
You know, we need to put the sign.